Dukes Theyfeartruth show. The truth is out there, but they don't want you to know. Learn why on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show as he explores civil rights laws, constitutional provisions, political news, and more. Finding solutions starts with knowing the truth, the real truth. Uncover the truth for yourself on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. That's the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. Available on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you listen to podcasts. Open your ears, open your eyes. It's time to learn what's really happening on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show.
The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change? The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change?
Prior record is over. It's skipping its warp. You played it so many times. The Chablis is consumed. The Chinese food is nothing but 2 empty cartons, 2 chopsticks, and a fortune I do not want to read. And I start feeling guilty all over again because I know I want to go on straight, live, and direct to the gas chamber if the people had not freed me. See, they freed me. I didn't have any power in the whole thing. That was the true power of the people. They freed me. I was just sitting up in my little 5x7 cell, up in my 5x7 hell, up there on the 10th floor of the Alameda County Jail in the building I call the Great White Whale. I'm just sitting up there in the belly of the whale. But I can hear the people yelling, chanting, screaming, organizing. 10 floors on the street underneath me, down on the avenue, on the boulevard, all over Oakland. They're talking about what? Free Huey. Up in Berkeley, they're talking about Free Huey. In San Francisco, they're talking about what? Free Huey. Down in L.A., Free Huey. Dallas, Houston, talking about Free Huey. In New Orleans.
Out there, but they don't want you to know. Learn why on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show as he explores civil rights laws, constitutional provisions, political news, and more. Finding solutions starts with knowing the truth, the real truth. Uncover the truth for yourself on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. That's the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. Available on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you listen to podcasts. Open your ears, open your eyes. It's time to learn what's really happening on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show.
We would stop. We would get out of the cars. We would walk up to the scene. Those who had rifles would carry them in the open, clearly visible.
We would stand at a distance where the police couldn't say they were interfering with their arrest or their detention of the individual, and make sure that there was no brutality.
We stood back with our weapons ready to throw down if necessary.
They would take the weapon and pass it across like this, and it would sweep right over the officer.
We would stop.
The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change? The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change? The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change? The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change? The question comes up again and again. First, why are the Panthers so provocative in their rhetoric? Why would they even talk about opposing the greatest military power in the world? Don't they know that it's impossible for them to change?
Our record is over. It's skipping its warp. You played it.
To find a national, even an international movement among young people of all races all over the world. And where do you think it's going to go?
It's definitely going to go to victory, and I'm overwhelmed with joy that I'm able to see the unity that is existing between among the people who are oppressed not only nationally but internationally. We feel that in order for us here in America to eliminate the evils of the world, we must eliminate imperialism and an international bourgeoisie that finds its strength here in Babylon or North America. In order to do this, the Black Panther Party takes a stand that our party is no longer a revolutionary nationalist party, but we're revolutionary internationalists. We're revolutionary socialists because we're fighting an international bourgeoisie. So necessarily, our tactics and strategies would have to be based upon internationalism. That doesn't mean that we reject or denounce other countries that are fighting wars of national liberation. Countries such as Vietnam, we feel that have a right for self-determination and surely independence, and because number one, that they've never oppressed other countries. They don't operate an empire, they operate a country, while America is no longer a country, but it's an empire. So therefore, we can't even speak in terms of nationalism, because nationalism perpetrated in this country has enslaved the world. This country has no right any longer to be a nationalist country, because it's stolen the wealth from every developing country in the world in order to build a high standard of living here for the ruling circle, that is. And because of these evils, that this country must think in terms of transforming the world and replenishing the world, sharing with the developing countries in a friendship way, and even being obligated to them. Obligated to them in the sense that this country has been a pirate and a robber, and now it's only justified that this country pays off. And this is why the party, the Black Panther Party, has hooked up with every struggling liberation front in the world, because only through this unity are we able to defeat such a powerful
urge to find a national, even an international movement among young people of all races all over the world. And where do you think it's going to go?
It's definitely going to go to victory, and I'm overwhelmed with joy that I'm able to see the unity that is existing between among the people who are oppressed not only nationally but internationally. We feel that in order for us here in America to eliminate the evils of the world, we must eliminate imperialism and
The truth is out there, but they don't want you to know. Learn why on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show as he explores civil rights laws, constitutional provisions, political news, and more. Finding solutions starts with knowing the truth, the real truth. Uncover the truth for yourself on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. That's the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show. Available on the iHeartRadio app and wherever you listen to podcasts. Open your ears, open your eyes. It's time to learn what's really happening on the Rico Dukes Theyfeartruth show.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, my mic was off. Forgive me for that, y'all. Let me go back to what I was saying. Uh, I'm Rico Dukes, your host for Theyfeartruth TV. I'm the chief attorney and officer and founder of Theyfeartruth, Federal Government of America. I am also the founder and leader of the 21st Century Black Panthers, Rcdhpn. I'm the primary leader of all Black Panthers. I'm the son of Dr. Theyfeartruth. Now, I'm going to talk today about revolutions of today. This episode ain't going to be long. I just want to touch in on if a lot of these revolution groups that's out here, if they focus on unity other than bickering and trying to see what another organization has or offer or what they're doing or trying to down another organization, we could have a lot of unity and we could be as strong as my partner was. But today's revolutionaries, they do a lot of YouTube fighting. They do a lot of YouTube videos. They ain't really out here in the streets. If they in the streets, they just out here marching with the guns and with a TV camera. They not out here like the 1966 Black Panthers that was patrolling the police, that was patrolling the communities and pulling up on the police. They was policing the police. The organizations today, they go out and say, yeah, we patrolling the community. They walk around their community. They walk around their community. That's not patrolling your community. Patrolling your community, when I say patrolling your community, it's things like this right here. See that? So you can see that. Theyfeartruth government, federal, not under the United States power, authority, or jurisdiction. We just won a case in West Memphis, Arkansas, for trying to charge our officer of impersonation of an officer and illegal carrying of a firearm. Case was dropped and dismissed and cannot even try to begin to be prosecuted again. Revolution organizations today. I'm gonna speak of one. I'm gonna bring up one. I don't have no problem with them or nothing like that, but I'm just gonna speak on the matter because I seen this matter on the Tahaka Bay show, and it's with the dude that owned the that started the Fred Hampton Gun Club. Now, when you teach people how to walk around and march with guns, that's not the only part of the revolution. The main part of the revolution is education, knowledge. And what I'm saying is, I was looking at this video on the Tahaka Bay show, and they were saying that, well, basically his gun club is up for grabs. Somebody trying to take his gun club, somebody trademarked his gun club, and this and that. So the first primary step to education would have been to trademark and put an EIN. You didn't even have to trademark. You could have put an EIN on that right there. If Fred Hampton Jr. hadn't already trademarked it, Fred Hampton name. All right. Now, they arguing and going back and forwards in regards to all this right here. Revolution groups, they arguing more with each other than they are of trying to stand and protect the people and provide the people some form of independence. See, this is what the revolution organization is not teaching today. They not teaching that I'm going to break it down like this. Your oppressor, which is the government, how did they make you dependent? They made you dependent solely because they provided everything for you. So now you depend on them. Now you can't do nothing without them. Meaning they provided to you free, the people free. So when revolutionary groups come along today, you're supposed to be teaching the people how to be independent, not coming in here thinking and giving the people a hope like you're going to provide everything free for them and this and that. How can you do that? How are you teaching the people how to be independent if you pretending to provide everything free for them when you're not providing nothing at all for them? So you would be more worse than the oppressor that they are facing right now, because these are your people and you still trying to teach them how to be dependent instead of independent. If I came and I said that I'm going to provide everybody with free food, free clothes, free housing, and this and that. Is that teaching the people how to be dependent? Wouldn't that be the people have to or will become dependent on me to provide these things for them? This is how you create a nation of slaves, make them dependent. And this is what a lot of these organizations are doing to y'all today. They making you dependent on them while yet they not giving you nothing, but you dependent on them to free you. You dependent on them to save you. You dependent on them to protect you. How can they do that there? How can they do that there when they are still at conflict with each other? We all supposed to be striving for the same thing, which is the betterment and the freedom and independence of our people. But how can 90% of these organizations do it when they feud with each other inside of their own organization? We're not even talking about other organizations that they feud with. We're talking about organizations. We're talking about them feuding with inside of their own organization. How can you teach the people to be dependent when the people are looking at you and saying that y'all not even dependent on each other inside of the same circle y'all in, supposed to be for the march of revolution of freedom or whatever it is that you call yourself doing? How do you want the people to believe in your organization and you or whatever you got going on when they see that you are feuding with the very people inside of your organization? Or how can you get the people to depend on you when the people see that what you say that you own, somebody's trying to take it from you because you didn't do the paperwork and the legal background work to have that there, to pertain and hold that there? So what I'm saying, you have to, us as leaders, we have to be able to teach the people, man. We are the teachers. So if the students see that we not doing what we supposed to do, and if we got a company and the leaders, the students see that the leader ain't got no paperwork, no this or that, this, that, and we'll do this here. How can we show them how to have a legal company that can't nobody take from them? Because we have not even figured that out yet. You see what I'm saying? What I'm telling y'all is everything that you see that we are doing, that I'm doing, Theyfeartruth federal government. We are a legal American federal government. As y'all see, we are certified. So this has never been achieved and done in history. Ever in history have this ever been done and achieved. My father attempted it, but they assassinated my father before he could achieve it. The only other group of people that have successfully achieved that, which is the Indians. You see what I'm saying? So technically it has been someone else that has achieved it, but never anyone of our color ever achieved having our own government, not even the Nation of Islam. So somewhere down the line, the people, the masses, you have to pick your leaders and your teachers carefully. Because all those that say they come to lead you didn't come to lead you. Majority of them came to enslave you and reap the benefits from your enslavement. What they are doing to you, the same thing as your oppressor has done to you and is still doing to you today. Revolutionary groups today, they march. They hold signs. They get out there and show their uniforms and their guns off while yet never making an impact for the people, while yet never gaining nothing for the people as a whole. But they say that is boots on the ground. That is not boots on the ground. If you are an organization and you're not teaching your people that's in your organization or that's following you, if you're not teaching your people the law to what has them in bondage and enslaved, if you're not teaching them this law, then you're not doing your job as their leader. How can you be their leader when you're not teaching them how to be free? You're teaching them how to hold and tote guns, but you're not teaching them how to become free. Theyfeartruth, Federal Government of America. We are open officially for applications. We at Dukes Law University, we are teaching the law. If you would like to be a part of this real revolution movement, we only want the real revolutionaries. We only want the real revolutionaries. As I told y'all today, I wasn't gonna hold this here too long. you know, because I just want to touch in on that. Then I really just want to get too deep into this right here, you know, because I see a lot of, and one more thing, like a lot of these organizations supposed to be leaders, they do more YouTube videos than they do teaching. They do more YouTube videos than they do walking through their community. They do more YouTube video. People say, well, Rico, you don't hardly be out there in the community, because I'm in the courtrooms. I'm in the courtrooms where the big dogs at. I'm in the courtrooms making sure that this type right here is acknowledged and that this right here is official. I'm in the courtrooms winning cases. I'm in the courtroom getting people off charges. I got employees across the country that's setting up security firms, security services for businesses and communities and things. This is the things that we do. So we're not gonna be out here protesting. We're not gonna be out here holding signs. We're not gonna be running to every event every time something happens. Because why? That is not teaching the people anything. We cannot free our people if we will not educate our people. If we will not educate our people, then our people will forever be enslaved and in bondage. So to all the organizations out here, the UP Newton, the Fred Hamptons, the new Black Panther parties, and all these other organizations out here, if you're not teaching your people education, how are you freeing your people by teaching them to march with guns? But yet, if someone get gunned down in their neighborhood, you still ain't went and occupied that neighborhood where that crime happened at, where they got gunned down at. But you'll go out there for the TV show and rally for the camera, but while yet never protecting the people. But you protecting your image. That's why you showed up where the camera was. Because you want to make it seem to the people and to the public that you were there for them when you're not there for them. When the cameras leave, those organizations leave, and they don't leave those communities anything behind for protection or security or education or anything. They come when the cameras come, they leave when the cameras gone. That is not educating your people. That is not freeing your people. That is not giving your people a sense of hope. If you're an organization out here and you want your people to follow you and lead to you and follow you and stand with you, one of the main things that people always ask about: did you win in court? Have you won some in court? None of these organizations can say they didn't want anything in court because they are too terrified to go to the courtroom and demand shit. They are too terrified to go to the courtroom and say anything. So they stay on the streets and make it seem like that they are trying to do something, or they are standing for our people, or they are doing this or doing that, when in fact they are not. How can you free your people if the very people that got your people enslaved in this system runs the courtroom, runs the jailhouse, runs this, run that? How can you free them if you are scared to address them? You can never free your people if you are scared to address your oppressor. Addressing your oppressor is not marching with guns. Addressing your oppressor is not showing up when somebody got gunned down and standing out there and holler, we want peace, we want this, we want that. That's not standing for your people. That's not standing for your people. That's not freeing your people. That's not doing nothing for your people. If you got an organization, you strong like that, go surround the police station and tell them they are no longer wanted. They are no longer occupied. We are policing the police. We patrolling this community for good. Y'all services are no longer needed in our communities. That's protecting your people. But see, a lot of these organizations don't want to tell you this right here, because they're not going to tell you this because they're not in the benefit of protecting you. They're not in the benefit of trying to educate you. They're not in the benefit of trying to free you. They're in the benefit of trying to free themselves while making their financial status gain. This is what that is for. This is why they do these things. This is why they do these things, to put a blind wool over the people's eyes. The people are blind. They fear to wake the people up and show the people the truth, because if they woke the people up and showed the people the truth, the people will see just how full of shit that 90% of these organizations was. See, a lot of people just want to be a part of something. So when they join and go join certain groups and organizations and things like that, it's because they want to be a part of something. Some of those people really want to make changes that's going to be a part of these things. But in the process of them want to make that change, they start to realize that all these organizations they are joining and trying to be a part of ain't about shit. They all doing the same thing. Marching with guns, walking down the street with their video cameras, with their cell phones or whatever, so they can post it on Facebook or YouTube so they can gain some more followers and gain some more application fees for y'all trying to join their organization. But yet they don't have nothing to offer y'all. Y'all join these organizations, and what are they giving y'all? What form of security are they giving y'all? Don't just say anything. I want to know. Show me a service that they are providing for the people. And we're not talking about showing up when something happened so the custom cameras out there. What about when the camera's gone? What service have they left behind for the people in need? They feel true. Some might say, well, what service have you offered? What service have you left? We left a whole government. We have illustrated a whole federal government for the people, for the American people. We have illustrated a whole federal government. We have won cases in court just a month ago in West Memphis, Arkansas Circuit Court. Tried to charge my minister of defense with impersonation of an officer. As I stated at the beginning of the show, the charges was dropped. Just as fast as they tried to do it, the fastest they had to drop it, and they can't never come and try to do it again. So that is providing a form of protection to the people, because when the people start supporting and joining Theyfeartruth, they have the protection under Theyfeartruth. The Theyfeartruth federal government gonna fight for them against this illegal system. We're gonna protect them. If you harm them, then we gonna stand for them. If you harm them, then we will harm one of theirs. My pop stood to protect the people and the property and minority communities by policing the police and providing food, providing medical or free medical care or almost free medical care, providing schools, providing shelter, providing transportation, providing ambulance services. This was services to the people. None of these organizations have this today. None of them. We as Black organizations, as all power to the people organizations, it's time for us to unite. It's time for us to unite. Theyfeartruth federal government of America, we are the only other federal government in the 50 American states. We are the only other federal government in the 50 American states. So all organizations should be wanting to learn what Theyfeartruth know, not bickering with each other. They ain't bickering on me, so let me clear that up with y'all. They're not bickering me, but I'm just saying I see them bickering amongst themselves. Every time I go down a social media platform, or every time I cut on the YouTube, anything, they bickering amongst themselves. They bickering. If they ain't bickering inside their group, they bickering with another organization about something that's worthless, don't have nothing to do with freeing the people or anything of that nature. They're beefing solely amongst themselves. So how can you call yourself a leader if you ain't teaching your people nothing, but you got time to beef? You got time to make 1,000 YouTubes about this leader over here or this organization over here. If you got all that time to do that there, then it shows it's clear that you can't be teaching your people nothing. I go on but it's never no education that's gonna free you. They teaching you all this develop